charity vaunted or puffs not up itself, is not puffed up, it's not arrogant, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. I'll stop right here. This clause, love or charity never fails. So we identify here, brother students, in these verses, what the attributes of love is supposed to look like. Love literally is supposed to be selfless.
Yes.
I'm all the way out of it when I love or am in love with somebody else. I'm all the way out of it. I gotta be, I talked to the men a little bit, not to let y'all too deep into our session, but I talked to the men when we were dealing with the marriage retreat on us being a sacrifice.
That's right.
I'm literally supposed to be the ground that my family stands on. Teach tonight. I'm supposed to literally be dead, to be trampled over, that I can be their support. That's love. I'll give my body, I'll give my life for the betterment of my family. We quick to say, yo, Pastor, I'll take a bullet. You can't even take a word. You tell me you'll take a bullet. Catch that.
Good teacher.
I'll take a bullet for my wife, Pastor. You can't even take a word from your wife.
Oh.
You ready to quit because she said you were silly. You going to cry, but you tell me you'll take a bullet. Can you take a word first? So when I got love, it is literally selfless. He says, Brother Evan, if I give everything I got to feed the poor, but I don't love the people I just fed, it profits me nothing.
Wow.
If I got prophetic anointing and prophetic gift, I can read your mail, your email, I can tell you what color underwear you got on, all that stuff. Even though I got all these gifts, if I don't have love,
yes, sir,
it means nothing. So what I want us as a body to continue to embrace is the importance of love. I want it to be. We had that marriage and people say, you know what? I don't even think y'all real. This is just unearthly love. That's Bethel Temple Faith Church love.
yes, sir.
It's supposed to look like that. People supposed to think, man, this must be a game they play. How in the world they love like this? Because we practicing it every day.
Yes.
You don't just love on Sundays and Wednesdays. You got to love when you go home tonight.
Yes.
And you're hungry and your wife ain't cooked you no food. You still got to love her.
Yeah.
I've been out here slaving all day. Ain't even no cereal in the house. You better love her while you drink some water.
That's right.
You feel me?
Somebody said,
That's real. That's love, sister y'all. And when the time comes that God really sent the man of God your way and you're going to get married, and I pray I got the honor of officiating your wedding, I'm going to tell him to his face, you better love her even when she don't cook for you.
That's good.
You better love her. You better love her more in the time she don't cook for you.
Amen.
Easy to love somebody that's doing something for you.
Yeah.
I'll catch that one next week too.
Now, go ahead.
But can you love her when ain't nothing happening?
Right.
That's good.
Teaching.
My attitude got to be right, Black. My attitude got to be right in order for me to be effective in my love. Okay, we dealing. Let me get to where I got to go. All right, Evan, stick with me tonight. All right. My attitude got to be right in order for me to serve. So we're teaching now, dealing with the servitude piece. We talked about love, dealing with servitude. Okay, let's look at Luke chapter 10. I want to show you a story. This is kind of familiar too. Luke chapter 10. The last is really five. The last 5 verses of that chapter. Well, 38 through 42 of Luke chapter 10 tells us a story, and what we're dealing with in this particular story, I'm trying to get us to understand the importance of having the right attitude versus having the wrong attitude when I'm serving. Okay? This story is going to show us the right attitude and the wrong attitude in serving. How we should and how we shouldn't serve. Luke chapter 10, we'll start at verse number 38 of Luke chapter 10.
It's good.
Luke chapter 10, verse 38. Dealing right now, first A. I got 3 A's for us tonight. First A I'm dealing with is attitude. We're talking about serving and love that I'm teaching on tonight. First A we're dealing with is attitude. Luke chapter 10, verse 38 through 42. It reads like this. Now it came to pass, as they went, that he entered into a certain village. And a certain woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha, check this out, English Black, was cumbered about much serving. She was perplexed. She was distracted with a lot of serving. And came to him and said, Lord, dost thou not care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Bid her therefore that she help me. And Jesus answered and said unto her, Martha, Martha, thou art careful and troubled about many things. But one thing is needful. And Mary hath chosen that good part, which shall not be taken away from her. Attitude in serving. We identified here, the first point I want us to catch, Sister Tiana, for the rest of your life. I want you to understand this. Serving is never designed to be cumbersome. Serving is never designed to be cumbersome. Jesus looked at Martha and saw that she was cumbered about with much serving. That word cumbersome or cumbered means to be distracted. My serving is not supposed to be distracted. Help me tonight, Jesus.
Go ahead.
So when I've got an assignment in the house of God, for the house of God, doing something for the church, I'm supposed to be devoting my 100% attention to the assignment at hand. Oh, God.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I am pursuit here. I'm not supposed to be trying to figure out who following me on Facebook now. Help me today.
Good.
I ain't supposed to be checking my Instagram out. I ain't supposed to be, thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner. My job is to be completely focused on the assignment at hand.
Yes, sir.
Here it is. When my serving gets distracted, the purpose behind my serving is defeated. I'm going to miss what I needed to hear to get me over this hump because I got distracted while I was serving. Well, Pastor, give me an example of how somebody get distracted while they serving. Well, thank you. We can look around the room tonight. That's good, Mama. Logan can make a move. And even though his dad is holding him securely and got him on lock, everybody's attention shifts because Logan made a move. The one that should have been distracted was the daddy. But the daddy stayed focused because he knew his assignment.
How about that?
Here it is.
Wow.
I only get distracted when I try to fix something I'm not anointed to fix. Teach tonight, Hinton.
Teach.
What can Wells do to help Logan sitting this far away from him that his dad can't do while he holding him? Amen. So he gets distracted because his attention is shifted somewhere that he can do nothing to help for. So I've got to learn that a lot of times things occur specifically in the house of God. They're intentional for the enemy to get you off focus, to miss the point you needed to get delivered tonight instead of 5 weeks from now.
Amen. Say that. Teacher.
Because I got distracted and I lost focus. When my point was coming, my attention went to Soraya. Oh, God. She in her own world right there. She ain't even bothering nobody. But my attention shifted, and I missed it because I was cumbered about in the midst of serving. So serving is always designed for me to be attentive on the assignment that I have. The only way I can be attentive on my assignment is to understand what my assignment is. So what's your assignment for the night? I'm going to tell you, your assignment for the night is to get this word in your heart.
Yes, sir.
That's what your assignment is. You're not assigned to teach the lesson tonight. Your assignment is to listen, to take notes, and to apply. And if I don't do those things, I got cumbered. And we get scattered. Right on point. Distraction. Hallelujah. All right, so when I'm cumbered about, and that's for all you teachers and great preachers that sit in here. When your time comes, I pray all these babies in here when you're teaching. I really do. Because that's going to let you know if you really know God or not.
Amen.
Because I still got to be able to hear him while I'm hearing Sky say, you're going to take me to the park.
Right? It's good truth.
I still got to stay on point. when I hear Logan scream. I got to stay on point when Neil wants to have a conversation. Because if I've got an assignment,
Yes, sir.
it's my job to fight through the distraction and to deliver based on my assignment. So, serving again is never to be distracted or to be cumbersome. Okay? Now, when Martha gets a clue that she feel like she's doing too much, she does what a lot of us do. She goes and she tattles on the one that she thinks is right. Yeah, Pops. She tattles on Mary. Jesus? Aren't you going to tell Mary to come help me with this?
Jesus.
She thinking Jesus going to jump on her because, you know, Jesus believes in serving. Jesus believes in doing the work. Jesus said, well, you missed it. She's serving me all the time. How is she serving you, Jesus? She's sitting at my feet and listening. She understands it's not about me eating a piece of chicken right now. She understands it's about me giving her this word right now. So her focus is not on what you're doing. Her focus is on what I'm saying. And because she's hearing me, she's actually serving me better than you, even though you're making something for me. What are you telling me, Pastor? Servitude is not always what I'm doing, but it's more so, I don't mean to double talk, what I'm doing. Okay. Pastor, give us understanding. Okay, serving is not only what I'm doing. Okay, so let's say Black has responsibility, and he does, to work the camera. All right, now his assignment is to make sure that the camera. All right, Lord, I've tried not to zing you tonight, Black, because you know, I get you so often. I want to give somebody else a shot, but yeah, it's for you tonight. Okay,
yes,
so his assignment is to make sure the camera don't cut off. All right, he's got 30 minutes worth of a segment. All right, at the end of 30 minutes, well, the camera stops. Then he got to go to part 2. His assignment is to make sure, no matter what pastor's saying, no matter how good it got to him, if that was his amen, that was his word deliverance, his deliverance came with making sure he kept the camera going. Now, when Black decides he'd rather say amen than hit next, even though he's doing something, he's not doing what he was supposed to do. So even though there was activity, well, Pastor, I was agreeing with you. I was pushing you. I was trying to get you to get that next point out. Yeah, let Stoops do that.
Yeah, it's good, teacher.
Because you got an assignment to make sure we keep the camera going on. So what I find sometimes, and I'm going to get off from after this one because I'm feeling good. What I find sometimes is, because your pastor always paying attention, TJ, what I find sometimes is his wife will give him a little nudge. And because he still ain't got all the way spiritual yet, he get a little bothered. What you nudging me for? I'm trying to listen to the word. And she's trying to keep her face because she know her pastor see everything. She's trying to give him a little low-key point, like, get the camera. And he's still like, why you nudging me? What you doing? And she's like, why you... Black, just change the camera. So we find
Give God praise.
that because he got distracted with a good thing though. He was helping his pastor. He was encouraging his pastor. But Brother Evans, he had an assignment to make sure that the rest of the people can hear what his pastor's saying. But if he take 10 minutes to forget he got to change the tape, they done missed 10 minutes of the word. So he didn't cost 1,000 people their deliverance because he got distracted.
That's heavy right there.
Isn't that something? And his wife got beat up in the process. Just trying to help.
Help us, Lord. Help me.
Hallelujah, Jesus. So, and in all that, he got to keep his attitude right.
Yes.
Because it's always something behind our serving. It's a reason behind our serving.
It's a reason. It's a purpose. It's a reason.
Yeah.
So I got to fulfill my purpose and keep my attitude in check. So we see that Mary, even though she was serving Mama, she was all over the place. Martha understood that because Jesus is here, he takes precedence over everything else. What does that mean, Pastor? That means that even in my servitude, whenever Jesus shows up, he gets the attention. What does that mean? Okay, thank you. All right, so let's say Sister Lipscomb is expediting the service, leading the service, causing the service to flow, moving us from one point to another. And even though she has a script, she has notes, she has the order as relates to what should be happening, the understanding that she has to have, or any one of us that will be expedited has to have, that if in fact the presence of God shows up,
Yes, sir.
he overrules what my script says.
Yes, sir.
So even though the offering was designed to be here, if I see God show up and I got to give the mic to my pastor, let me do what God is telling me, because my servitude is supposed to be unto the one that's showing me his presence.
Yes, yes.
Not unto what I was assigned to do, it's unto his presence. And if she's on point that day, and I believe she would be, then the presence of God that she felt would also be evident in her pastor. So that there's order, even though there was a deterring from the way things normally go. So Mary understands that even though this is dinner time, and I normally make the string beans. This is dinner time, I normally make the cornbread. I get that. When we have guests, I make this, I'm with you. But the right one showed up today. So the cornbread gonna have to wait because his presence is here.
Wow.
The script gonna have to be ignored because his presence is here. So she teaches us that in serving, we have to remain sensitive to the moving of God. When my attitude is right, and not move because somebody else is doing something, but I'm sensitive to the presence of God, I find that I'm capable of staying with him because my attitude didn't shift based on somebody else's words. Right? So serving again is never to be accomplished. The next point I want to give us is this: love will always redirect distraction.
Good.
Love will always redirect distraction. Jesus, because he's got the kind of love he has for Mary and for Martha, Jesus doesn't, bust Martha up for, her being all over the place. He doesn't throw her in the trash. He doesn't kick her out. That was her house. He flows with her first lady, but he redirects her. He teaches her a principle that even when you're serving, you can be wrong. You're doing a right thing, but you can be wrong. Jesus says, I appreciate what you're trying to do for me, but what you've got to grow in is a sensitivity to understand that when I show up, I'm looking for your attention, not for your service. So Jesus redirects Martha to get her to understand that Mary has actually chosen that which was right, and this is the thing that she should be following after. Let me show you another example biblically. You may not even never thought about this, about being loved before, but I'm going to show you something. Turn to Genesis chapter 4. Teaching tonight on serving in love. Genesis chapter 4, as you turn in there, Genesis is the very first book of the Bible, so we really can't miss that. Genesis chapter 4. I was just kind of thinking about some things in this particular lesson, and God shined something on me out of his word in a story about Cain and Abel. And I began to think, I said, well, Lord, how does that necessarily relate, or how does that tie in to serving in love? And he said, son, just, read the text, and it actually tells us. So I said, okay. So I looked at it, and I began to read. Now, I may not necessarily read them tonight, but it's the 3rd through the 8th verse of Genesis chapter 4, where we see that, Cain and Abel both come to God with a sacrifice. Okay? So they were both serving God in terms of what they were offering unto God. And the Bible says, God rejected Cain's offering because his spirit wasn't right. Okay. He was serving God. He was doing something good, but his spirit wasn't right. His attitude was off. So because his attitude was off, the Bible says God rejected the sacrifice that he gave. Abel comes along, who's got the right attitude, offers what he offers unto God, and is accepted. Cain gets wind that God didn't like what he did, but liked what Abel did, so he goes and has a conversation with his brother. The Bible says that as they're talking, Cain's attitude shows up again. He gets hot under his collar, and the Bible says he kills his brother Abel. When he kills his brother Abel, God speaks to him and says, Cain, where is your brother? He says, who am I? Am I his keeper? Still got an attitude. God says, I hear his blood talking to me from the ground. I know you killed him, so now I'm going to curse you. Here it is. 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 When my attitude won't improve, after God has given me a chance to rectify it, the only thing that's left is death. Pastor, you mean God will strike me down? I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that. But I am saying, expect for an area of your life to die.
Teaching.
Your health might die. Your finance might die. Because after you've been given the opportunity to rectify, it was 3 times, Black.
Yeah.
He had a chance to change his story, to change his attitude. But he let anger cause him to get upset with his brother. He let anger cause him to kill his brother. Then he let anger cause him to smart mouth God. And we say and we say ooh, and we say ah, but we still smart mouthing God too. But Pastor, I ain't saying that what Cain said, yeah, but you're doing it with your life. God said, I've given you a chance to leave that relationship alone. Let me teach the way I just felt sure. I've given you opportunity to cut that person off. But you continue like Cain to not change your attitude. You keep showing up at his house. Now you're showing up at his job. Now you're showing up at his mama's house. Help me today, Jesus. And you got the nerve to say, well, God, how come he don't love me? Because you're crazy. That's why. You ain't got nothing else left. I'm going to call you a psycho. You got a trail on the man. You know his way, you know his route. It take him 7.5 minutes to get home. So I'm going to spot him a half minute. I'm going to meet him to cut him off on 7. What kind of job you got? That you got that kind of private eye, you need to turn that into something to make you some money.
My God. That's real.
You need to get a real job. Get licensed or something because your stuff is certifiable. God says we constantly do things. We continually do things. And God says, I'm trying to give you a chance to change your attitude. I'm trying not to have to cut something off in your life, but I'm trying to give you an opportunity to right some things so your attitude can get right.
It's good.
So we see that because Cain allowed frustration and his attitude to rule him instead of submitting to love, his serving caused him to be separated from God. He was still serving, Black.
Yes, sir.
He was still in the church. Let me bring it to the 21st century. He was coming to the church and he had an offering when he came. That's better than 80% of church people. They don't even bring an offering no more. What's that? Oh boy. That's for the people on YouTube, y'all. Okay. People don't, I'm going to say it again for a second because I felt something shift there. People don't even bring an offering no more. Thank you, Mama. I got some help somewhere in this congregation of people. Thank you, Jesus. For don't even want to bring an offering, but they don't want to hear from God. Let me just work this preacher until he drop dead. And I'll put 2 cents in the plate. How the man of God gonna have enough strength to hear from God on 2 cents? Oh boy, almost ready to take a turn. Let me do it since I'm out there. And that's what I found, bro, Stu. This is what I find. The most needy people are the folk that give the absolute least. I'm talking about the most. Will blow your phone, your house, and everything up. And they ain't even willing to pay tithes.
Wow.
They put you on speed now. Pastor,
Fingers.
my toenail hurt today. Can you pray for me? I'll pray. God bless you. Let the Lord do it. Amen. Pastor, now my finger hurt too. I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
Pastor, now I got a headache. Okay, look. Attitude, attitude, right. Why don't you take some Tylenol?
Listen.
You don't even need prayer on this one.
Right.
Take some Tylenol. Get a fingernail filer and clip the hangnail. Get some ice and soak your elbow. I ain't got to pray. Practical stuff, bruh Dukes. Then I check the giving record. Let me see. This woman of God ain't gave nothing all year. They should have called me more than the top givers. All right, so my attitude, bruh Dukes, gotta stay right so I can be connected to God. Hallelujah to Jesus. All right. Attitude, the next A I'm going to give you is when I'm serving in love, let me see, who going to like this? Fancy Graham, you going to like this one. I got to have agility. Agility. The freedom and the ease of movement on the spot.
Yes.
The freedom and the ease of movement on the spot.
Yes.
When I'm serving, I've got to, again, I told you, be detached personally, but I've got to have the flexibility that even when serving inconveniences me,
That's the word.
my attitude stays straight, but I move with it seamlessly like it was planned to happen. All right? Well, Pastor, I'm going to make a plate for you. Okay, do that for me. God bless you. You bring the plate back and it's got macaroni and cheese, lasagna, something,
And Alfredo.
And Alfredo.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't eat none of this. So when you take it back, just let God bless you. But don't spit in my food when you come back.
Yeah.
With the next plate. And prayerfully you get it right this time. I gotta have agility. I gotta be able to adjust. Okay, well, my pastor don't eat cheese. Should have known that before you decided to fix me a plate. But, pastor ain't cheese. Okay, so let me be agile. And then when I go back to the servers that's making the plate, I'll not go back with the pastor crazy. He ain't want to eat none of this food. You know what? If y'all hear him say that, say, don't worry about it. I'll take him the plate myself. Because the spirit ain't right.
Good teaching. Good teaching.
That's right.
You going to infect my pastor with that attitude.
Yeah. That word.
I'd rather let Brother Evans take it to him. Because Brother Evans going to have the right spirit.
That's good.
I wish Jenkins was inside because I had a zinger for him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I be needing them, man. Oh, a good zinger. Go get him right where he need to get hit tonight, too. Amen. I'll just say it loud next time so you can hear me. Okay. But I got to have agility. Okay? The ease of movement. All right? Check this out, Mr. Black.
Yes, sir.
Agility is having the willingness to be redirected or